Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am very excited to be here to help you guys learn how to do makeup and just to show you guys all of my talent, if you will. It's just a very exciting thing for me because I've tried YouTube before and it never really worked out. Like, I was just doing vlogs and just before I even got into makeup, and it didn't really go well. I know what you're thinking. Oh, makeup's too hard for me to do. I just can't do it. There's so many girls and guys out there who don't think that they're able to do makeup, but that is not true. Anybody can do makeup. It just takes a lot of practice. I first started wearing makeup when I was in the 7th grade, but I was only allowed to wear one swipe of mascara. So as I got older, because I was only allowed to wear one swipe till like the 9th grade, I just decided to go full face, start getting better, just go and be extra with it. And as the years went by, I just started getting better and better. I got more compliments. Still to this day, some things that I do aren't my best work, but if you put your mind to it, you can definitely do makeup. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is a step-by-step full face brown smoky eye tutorial with a gold cut crease, because people who aren't sure how to do makeup or don't really know what they're doing but have a couple eyeshadow palettes lying around, 9 times out of 10 it is just a natural nude palette with a little bit of gold or a little bit of pink, just some neutral natural shades. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that step by step, so sit back and hopefully you learn something. So I went ahead and I clipped my hair back because nobody wants hair in their face when they are doing their makeup, because it just gets in the way and it's not fun. So I always start by doing my eyebrows, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade medium brown for my eyebrows. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your spoolie and you're going to want to brush your eyebrows up, just so they're all nice and neat, all the hairs, for when it's time to fill. Then you're going to want to take a little bit of product on your brush, and you're going to want to start about in the middle of the brow to make your arch in the back. So you're going to want to use straight line. Keep your hand as straight as possible, as straight as you can. Even if you have shaky hands, try and keep it straight. And then you're going to do the same thing at the top and drag it down to create the tail. And then when you are doing the front of your brow, you're going to want to use lighter strokes because you don't want the product to be super dark, so you can have that nice natural looking eyebrow fade, just like that. Then you're going to want to take a little bit more product. I always like to make my tails dark so then you can really see the fade effect. So you're going to want to fill in your tail. If your hands are a little shaky, it's okay because you're going to clean your brows up with a little bit of concealer. Front, you're going to want to still use lighter brush strokes so then you're not getting as much product over there. And when you're about here and you still have a little bit there to fill in, you're just going to want to take your spoolie and brush them out. And then you're left with a nice fade on your brows. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my other brow off camera. The next step that I do is I prime my face, and I use this no pore face primer that I got off the website Shop Miss A. I got 28 items for $75 and everything is $2 or less. And obviously this video is not sponsored, but everything that I got from the website, honestly, it works so well. So you're just going to want to put a little bit in the areas of your face where you have the most pores, and you're just going to want to rub it. Next step is to conceal your brows. I'm using the AOA Studio Liquid Concealer in the shade Light Ivory with the AOA Studio E131 brush to conceal my eyebrows. And this concealer is very full coverage. I got it off Shop Miss A as well. It is very full coverage and you do not need that much. Same with the foundation that I got from there as well. You really don't need a lot because it's just so full coverage. It literally shocked me. So what you want to do here is you want to get as close to your eyebrow as you can to just clean it up and get rid of any imperfections or any you know, squiggly lines that you might have caused, just to make the arch more prominent so you can see it more. Everybody's always complimenting me on my eyebrows. I still think I have lots of learning to do with them though. I want them to be better. So you're gonna do that to the bottom and the top of your eyebrows. Now, once you have your eyebrows concealed, you will want to take a wet beauty blender and you're gonna want to just blend out all that concealer, because if you don't, when you put your foundation on, you'll just have big thick lines above and below your eyebrows, and you do not want that. So once it's all blended out, it is time for foundation. And the foundation that I'm going to be using today is also by AOA Studio. It's the Pro Wear Full Coverage Foundation. I have 2 of these little bottles, but each bottle is like the same as any drugstore glass bottle of foundation. So you're going to give it a good shake, because it says shake well. And it is very, very full coverage as well. So what I do is I just put some drops on my face, some drops. You can even do a couple little lines. I always forget that it's so full coverage and I put too much, but it is what it is. Take a little bit of that, put it on my nose. Okay, so now that you have that like that, you're gonna want to blend it out. And when you're blending, don't push so hard into your face, because it's just gonna push it into your pores, and you don't want it to push into your pores. You just want a nice light tapping motion and it'll get the job done. Like, beauty blenders are so much better than using a brush for your foundation. They give you the smoothest, most cleanest, most natural looking finish. They're just the best thing ever. Sadly, I had to throw out my actual beauty blender, but I got this Wonder Blender from Shop Miss A, and it was $1.44, I believe. So that's really, really good. Look at this foundation. It's so full coverage and it's so beautiful. It makes my skin look so good. The foundation is also $1.44 Canadian, I'm pretty positive. That's a good deal, and I got 2 bottles. Blend it a little more over here. And after I'm done my foundation, I always contour. That primer makes your skin so smooth, like it creates the perfect canvas for foundation, concealer, and everything. Blend it on my forehead a little bit more, between the eyebrows, because you don't want that space to not be filled, because then people are gonna look at you funny. So once that's all blended, we can move on to contour. Okay, so now it's time for contour. So I'm going to be using the AOA Studio Sculpt Effects Contour Stick in the shade Chestnut. So when you contour, you want to look at like when you're talking, when you're laughing, when you're smiling, how your cheeks move, and like where your cheekbones are positioned, because that's how you're gonna get the best contour. So for me, it's from right about to above my ear, curved to there, just like that. And you're gonna want to do that to the other side as well. So right above the ear, curve to there, even on both sides. You're gonna want to take a little line on your forehead just to make it all match up. What I do is I create little lines just to bring the contour down a little bit, because with this contour stick, it only will contour right on the line where you drew. But I like mine to be in that whole entire area. So add a couple lines here. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take either your beauty blender, or I have a kabuki brush to blend it out. And when I'm done blending, I like to go over top of it with a powder just to darken it up a little bit. So you're just going to want to use circular motions to kind of get it nice and blended, just like that. Do the same on the other side. Circular blending motions, because it is cream, so you gotta kind of blend it out a little more, just like that. that looks kind of good. Then you're going to want to blend your forehead just to even out your face. Circular motions. Oh, okay, my hair decided to come out of the clips. That's cool. And there you have it. You have that part. I'm gonna go off camera and do powder, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to bake. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my under eye concealer and put bronzer over top of my contour stick lines. Now I'm gonna take the Perfect Setting Powder by AOA Studio in the shade Banana, so it's banana powder, and I'm gonna show you how to bake. So you're gonna put a little bit in your lid, tap it on out. That should be enough for your whole face. So you're gonna take your beauty blender and you're gonna dip it into the powder, and once you get a bit on your beauty blender, you're gonna put it in the areas that need lightening the most. So you're going to want to put powder underneath your eyes so then your concealer doesn't crease, because nobody wants lines underneath their eyes. So you're going to put some under there, just like that. You're going to take more and you're going to put a nice line like that where your contour is. Just tie it all together and make you look extra snatched. Cut a nice straight line just like that. You see? Now you can see that I have made myself a cheekbone. Do the same to the other side. Nice straight line to the chin. Take a little bit more powder. Perfect. Now you're going to use a little bit more powder and you're going to put it in the middle of your forehead. That'll prevent any sweat or grease or oil from seeping through onto your forehead, because I know that I have a very, very oily forehead. So that's how you bake your face. I leave my bake on for at least 3 to 5 minutes. And then you're gonna wipe it off. But we are going to move on to eyeshadow. This will prevent fallout from staying on your skin. If you get eyeshadow on here, once you wipe off that powder, everything is just gone. Okay, so I already went ahead and I primed my eyes off camera. So now what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab any palette that you have that has browns, beige, creams, golds, any natural colors. For me, that is the Jaclyn Hill palette. It has nudes and like pink colors and greens and blues. Like, it has everything that you could want for a fancy, elegant, or natural look. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna take kind of this small brush. This is the AOA Studio E130 brush. So I'm gonna go into this kind of dark brown shade right here, and I am going to pack that into my crease, which is this area right here. So you're gonna wanna start on the outer corner and kind of make a C shape at first. And then you're just gonna wanna keep packing that down all the way down to your inner corner, just like that. And then if it's not dark enough for you, which I prefer a dark crease, you can go in one more time. Just like that. Perfect. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a blending brush. I think I'm going to use this one today. And you're going to want to get a lighter brown shade. So I think I'm going to use this one right here. And I don't know shade names, guys. I'm just going to show you. But I'm going to use a lighter brown. And tap the excess off to decrease the level of fallout. So you're going to want to go right from the outer corner above that shade, and you're going to want to blend in side to side motions or circular motions even if you want. You're just going to want to blend both those together just like that. You're gonna want to use soft strokes. Don't be pushing hard, because if you push too hard, your product is not going anywhere and it will not blend. Lighter brush strokes carry the shadow and will leave you with a beautiful blend. What I'm gonna do is take an even lighter brown, almost a beige color, to blend up to my brow bone. We're gonna use this one right here. And I'm using a clean blending brush. It is the high definition brush by AOA Studio. It's the E103. So we're gonna pick up more of that shade. And you're gonna wanna blend again up to your brow bone. You're gonna just use side to side motions, circular motions, just to really get that shade up there and create a beautiful blend. And this is what your eye should look like, a nice natural blend. We are going to do the lower lash line right now. So you're gonna want to take a little brush, kind of like this, and you're gonna want to go in with the same brown that you started with. So for me, that's this dark brown right here. You're gonna want to take that and you're going to line your under eye. Just like that. And then you're gonna want to take your second shade that you used. For me, it's this one right here. And then you're just gonna want to blend the two together from the inner corner all the way to the back. And there you have that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and brush off this bake, but not this bake. And then I'm gonna teach you guys how to cut your crease. Okay, so I finished my eyes. Now we're going to be cutting the crease. So you're gonna want to take a small brush, kind of like this, that has like, it's flat and it will give you a good shape for cutting the crease. What I do is I just put a tiny little bit of concealer on the end of the brush, just so you can carve out where you're gonna cut. So I'm gonna come closer to the camera and I'm going to put a little dot here and I'm gonna spread it out. I'm gonna look up and that will give me my line on where I'm gonna cut the crease. So I'm going to then drag my brush up and along that line. So you're gonna want to drag along the line where you cut the crease. And you're gonna dab, dab, dab near the end. Now that both creases are cut, you're gonna want to take a fluffy brush like this one, and you're gonna want to brush off the bottom layer of your bake. And when I'm done brushing off my bake, I like to put on a little bit of blush. So you only need a little bit because you don't want the pink to overpower everything else. And you want to put it up at the top of your cheeks like this and blend it really nicely with your contour. Just some tapping motions and a couple circular motions. And then you have some color back into your cheeks. So I'm going to do that to my other one real quick, and then I'm going to apply gold to the cut crease. Now you have some color back into your cheeks. I like to go in with the first shade that I started off with in the outer corner, so this dark brown again, and I like to put it, a little bit of it, over top of the cut crease, because sometimes the concealer just goes where you don't want it to go. So you're gonna put it over top just like that, and you're gonna blend it, blend it, blend it, so you don't have any harsh lines. So once you're done blending that brown out again, you're gonna want to take a gold shade with a brush like this, a flat brush just like that. You're gonna want to dip into the gold, a generous amount, because you really want it to pop. And then you're gonna put it over top where you cut the crease. Blend it into the brown a little bit, but not too much. And you're gonna end up with something beautiful just like that. This is one of my favorite looks because you can literally wear it with like anything. Literally anything. So you're gonna want to do that again to the other side. The colors in this palette are so beautiful. And with makeup, the looks are just endless. You can create anything you want. So this is how it looks so far. What you're gonna want to do now is you're gonna want to take a little tiny skinny brush like this, or any brush you have, and you're gonna take a little bit of a shimmer shade, like a white shimmer, for your inner corner highlight. You're just gonna place it in there just like that. You can make it really extreme or you can make it really subtle, but I like more extreme highlights. Place it in there. And you are almost finished. All that's left to do are lashes, highlight, lips, and setting spray. So now it's time for lashes. The lashes that I'm going to be using today are from the website Shop Miss A, and they are in the style Violet. They are very long and very dramatic, and I love them. So to apply fake lashes, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I learned very quickly. So you're going to want to take your lashes, you're going to want to take some tweezers. The more precise, the better. You can apply them with your fingers too, but it's not as accurate as with tweezers. So you're going to want to take your lash glue. This is the best one with the brush applicator because when you squeeze it out, you could squeeze out way too much and it could get all over your lashes and ruin them. So you're going to want to apply that to the band just like this. And then you're going to wait a few seconds for it to dry. Blow on them, wave them around. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to place them directly on your lash line. Not on your lashes, but on the lash line. And you're going to pull it to the outer corner and you're going to push down lightly. Go into the middle, push down lightly, inner corner, push down lightly. Just so you know that the lash is attached to all parts of your eye. Because you do not want them falling off through the day. Sometimes it happens, but I just make sure to keep lash glue with me at all times. So now that it's like that, you wait for them to dry and you apply mascara onto them. These lashes are so beautiful. I love them so much. And they only cost me like $2 on Shop Miss A. So we're gonna do the other one and I'm gonna show you how to do it again. Take the glue, apply it onto the lash band. Try not to miss any spots so it has the best chance of sticking. Okay, and then you wait a couple seconds for it to dry. Then you're going to want to place it on your lash line, not on your lashes because the glue can rip out your lashes. Stick it. So now that those are on, when this one's fully dry, we can put on mascara. The mascara that I have is the She Makeup Abracadabra Mega Volume Mascara. And I believe it was also $1.44 on Shop Miss A. So, I don't like to like apply mascara how you were if you weren't wearing falsies. To really blend your natural lash and your false lash together, I like to use a tapping motion at first, just so they stick, and then a swiping motion. Then a tapping motion, and one more swiping motion. I also do not put mascara on my bottom lashes because I find that it makes my under eye look way too dark. There, lashes are all done. Then it's time for lipstick. So what I like to do when it comes to lips, I like to line my lips just so it's a cleaner process of applying the lipstick. I don't overline because I already have like naturally plump lips. So just gonna line the top a little bit as well. And I just put my lip liner on the brush because it's just easier for me. So once your lips are outlined, you're gonna want to get your lipstick. I'm using this matte lipstick by Cherry Tree, and it doesn't say a shade, so that's cool. But it's by Cherry Tree. Gonna apply that. Apply a little bit more. Blend, clean up the edges. And there you have it. Your lips are done. Now it is time for highlight. I have this AOA Studio Velour highlighter in the shade Lucky, and it's like a jelly highlighter. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to get my highlighting brush. It is this fan brush from AOA Studio. It's the F17 brush. So I'm going to dip into my highlight, and I'm going to do my nose. Put this highlighter down. Do my nose. The bridge of my nose. My upper lip. My cheekbones. Always, always, always highlight your cheekbones. It just makes you glow and makes you look so beautiful, like a goddess. Like, are you kidding? Look at that. It's so beautiful. Highlight is my favorite part of doing makeup, like all-time favorite. Like, oh my god, it's just so blinding. Like, are you seeing this? I put a little bit on my chin, but not too much. Highlight my brow bone a little bit. And then that is it. Your makeup is finished. You are ready to set the face. So I have the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and it's $20, so it's very, very cheap. Just spray that all over your face. I'm going to use my mirror to dry it down. This literally keeps your makeup in place all day long. My all-time favorite product. And now your makeup look is complete. Okay guys, that is it. That is how to make this beautiful look with any drugstore palette that you may have. Like, comment what you want to see, subscribe, and thank you for watching.